Let's go. Burn enemy darkness shield away to expose a search point. Destroying a search point deals devastating damage. Oh, dari sini.
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone.
Harus lari ya di sini teh. Tuh agak.
The tunnel was open now. I could get through. Shit.
Lari bang. Lari bang Alan. Dia naik belakang.
The dark presence. I had seen it before. I remembered now. It was always out there.
Was always
Hunting
out
me.
there. The ritual yang di sini. Ramai. Ada bayang-bayang di hutan cuy. Set.
I had found the murder site. Somehow the victim's heart was the key.
Curiga, boss fight.
Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
Saga
hear me.
Anderson.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. We can't hear you.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Mount Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Find Alice.
Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
Ya Allah, pusing banget dah ini game. Look for Alice, get to the apartment Parliament Tower. Okay,
The dark
bisa
place
pesan.
wouldn't let me go that way.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act. Like a cloud of wrath, the dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
Oke. Casey. Teleport kemana lagi nih? Ini tanda tanya. Wah, ini nggak tahu di mana, cuy. Nyala, ini nggak nyala. Balik ke stasiun kah? Lah. Oh, ke atas lagi. Okay.
The station had changed.
Bye.
I was closer now. Parliament Tower, our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home?
Of course not,
Or was this
Alan.
just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Ada suara telepon lagi, cuy.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Dulu nggak sih?
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did. I...
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Siapa
We
sih
would
ini?
be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Kan dia ending yang ke satu. Alice nya selamat keluar. Nggetin. Eh. Bener dari sini sih.
He was a victim. The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was
His
there
ex?
in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Lah ditulis sama siapa? Anjir serem amat buka sendiri. Ini lobby. Lobby kan? Langsung lip semua anjir. Apartemen. Kambing. Hunting. Apalah.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Tuh.
Alice! Alice!
Ramai. Nggak ada di map.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before. Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Oke, berarti kita nyari memory card. Video art or document on screen. Focal point of the dark place.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
When was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me.
No, not at me.
Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block.
Gak bisa nulis
Brought
lagi
out a
deh.
meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was
Alan.
back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him.
Alan yang
I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art.
apakah ini yang sekarang kita jadi hantu dia?
And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Kayak nonton film ya main game ini, main ini game.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Double Ellen mati. Fuck, ditembak. Return. Tidak mengerti tentunya. Mana? Pakai saga lagi guys. Ini game gelap amat asli dah.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place. It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Dear. Sumpah dua orang ini barengan mulu minum kopinya cuy.
Mr.
Gue
Wake,
curiga si Casey ini tuh nggak ada.
Alan, we've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we
right?
written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Danger. Where? Rar. Saga fucking.
It's insane.
Point of interest
And there's
case.
so
Check out
much
the
of it.
information this saga has.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
You're
If
working
the
with-
cult has the clicker, Does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Okay.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr.
Mr.
Scratch.
Scratch.
Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Knight.
Udah nonton. Who is in full?
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult. The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
Sangat banyak. How does storytelling tell us stories?
Makes sense.
Salah. One more. Ini apa tulisannya? Dibaca loh ini. Salah.
Nah.
Some other strange reality the dark place merged with our response and the darkness will overlap. Apa sih dia teh? One more.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon. Saga had lost count of how many shots she'd fired, but she was sure. To Saga, with a heightened survival instinct,
Aduh. Learn more about the clicker.
The cult of the tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this. It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Can switch reality. Oh, reality apa ya?
I was back. I wasn't able to escape. The dark presence had stopped me.
Bisa balik lagi.
I had seen the title page of another manuscript. Return. I didn't remember writing it, but it felt familiar. Important. I had to find it.
Goal stride.
I would write a new draft of initiation to reach Parliament Tower using another murder site. Scratch was reaching out from the dark place to get Alice. She was out, but still in danger. I was back, and I hadn't forgotten. I knew how this worked now.
Wait, udah bosan pakai Alan. Bosan sih cuman. Ini yang saga dulu. jatuh cinta. Still can't talk.
You wrote these pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them. I remember writing an endless amount of pages, but when this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your cooperation. Doesn't look right.
You remember writing your... Oh, writing part of ritual. Tolol, dibaca. Buat nanti katanya.
Hi, welcome.
Okay. Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee World, voted Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our attractions are family-friendly and available.
Watery.
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? Must be
Doppelganger.
true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this thing before backup even arrives.
Yeah, but they're taking their time, so just be careful out there. Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Okay. But remember what happened with the Salt Shaker?
Yeah, real funny.
The page placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
Local girl. Nyari map dulu guys.
A vote for Mayor Setter is a vote for everyone. For Watery.
Hey, where's the time gone? There's just a wretched husk of what used to be me left.
Hey, what did you used to say your dream job was as a kid? I bet it wasn't dock worker.
I don't know about all that.
Have you seen me?
Idle hands are the devil's playground. So.
The flooding is even worse here. More like underwatery. I'll have to tell Casey that one later. Hello. Do you have a second?
Ah, long time and no see, Miss Anderson. Thor and Odin are not here. They are
Thor and Odin.
tricksters always sneaking off.
Sorry. No, I wanted to ask you about something else. Do you live around here?
I live in Bright Falls. You've seen me around. I am Mr. Blum. You call me Vladimir. I work at a nursing home. I take care of your old people. We are on day trip, music, sauna, the good times. I bring them here in the bus.
The elderly are very important. And it's a very nice bus. Thanks. Can you point me to any trailers around here?
Sure. Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park. Ilmo Koskela owns it. He owns many things in town.
And where is Ilmo?
I saw Ilmo and his brother at the bridge. Well, what used to be the bridge.
See you around.
A trailer park is a good place to look for a trailer. Keep it simple, Saga. I need to find Ilmo Koskela.
Si Atiku ada di sini.
Okay then. Catchy tune.
Le mi mer.
Kuin painajainen hän luoksesi saapuu. Hänet verhot tuon varjojen kaapuun. Monta tarinaa hänestä kerrotaan. Häntä pakoon etäisessä
Save.
Such a shame. Excuse me. Do you know where... Hush! Artie's in the middle of a show. I wonder if I'm the first FBI agent to ever get shushed.
Berhenti lah.
Hirveen vääntyy jo verinen suu. Viinapullosta korkki hukataan. Tupen rapinan vain kuulee korvissaan. On yötön yö, se valon syö. On yötön yö.
mungkin nyanyi lama kan, paling 2 menit kan. Udah masih nyanyi loh. Old Scratch Satana also like there's a lot of bonus to in his songs.
Kaivon pohjalle ruumiskasan. Tästä yöstä ei selviä kukaan. Synkäs huoneessa
from here, right?
His face säkeeseen. Hän peilistä sua tuijottaa. Murhan polte se kruunua. Tuon katseen tunnet, et voi unohtaa. Vaik kasvot piiloutuu veriverhon taa. On yötön yö. Se sielun syö. On yötön yö. Se sinut syö. Kuin painajainen hän
Nyanyi lagi dia dari awal. Fuck. Kita save dulu kali ya. Di stream guys.